here we are, gathered to delve into the sonic depths of Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. This isn't just any song, it's a seismic shift in the landscape of music, a testament to innovation and spirit.
True, man. It's like when you pluck a string on the guitar and you feel the sound wave hit your soul. Good Vibrations did that on a cosmic level, bringing the psychedelic sound to the forefront.
It's all about the vibe, music that hits you right there in the gut, makes you feel something deep inside. That's what this song is about, those good vibrations.
Absolutely, the studio became an instrument in its own right for this piece. It's that blend of technical genius and sheer artistic vision that set it apart. It makes you rethink the boundaries of what music can be.
Harmony, darling, it's all in the harmony. The way those voices intertwine, it's pure magic. It's like conducting an orchestra, but with vocal cords. Simply exhilarating.
Yeah, and it's not just about feeling good. It's about crafting something that resonates on multiple levels, challenges the norm. Good Vibrations is a song that refuses to be boxed in, much like ourselves, wouldn't you say?
You've got that right. Each of us brought something new, something radical to the table. But tonight, it's about uncovering the layers behind the Beach Boys' masterpiece and why it continues to echo through the annals of rock history. Let's get into it. Alright, diving straight in, Good Vibrations was nothing short of a revolution, a beacon lighting up the path for psychedelic rock. Thoughts, Jimmy?
Man, it's like the Beach Boys took the sounds of the cosmos and packed it into a song. When I was working on Are You Experienced, it was that kind of innovation that fueled my journey. Good Vibrations wasn't just a song, it was a vibration that resonated on the level of the soul.
Right, it was more than music. It was a cultural moment. But speaking of the counterculture, how do you think it fit into the entire movement of the 60s, especially alongside what we were doing with the Beatles?
It's like, while we were all painting with sounds, Brian Wilson threw in a spectrum no one had thought to use. It complemented the counterculture movement because it broke through the ordinary. It was a soundscape that expanded the mind. Man.
Expanding the mind, exactly. But here's a prickly question, Jimmy. You reckon it pushed the boundaries more than Sgt. Pepper's?
We were all pushing, John. Good Vibrations pushed. Sgt. Pepper's pushed. Different roads leading to the same destination. Freedom of expression and breaking free from the mold.
Ha! Well said. Now, Kurt, from your perspective, did Good Vibrations stir something in the way you approached music with Nirvana?
Yeah. I mean, when you listen to those layers, that depth, it makes you want to tear apart the rulebook and start all over. Good Vibrations was punk in its own right. Punk before punk was a thing, not giving a damn, and just doing what feels right.
Interesting take, taking the rulebook and lighting it on fire. Now, David, you're no stranger to redefining soundscapes yourself. How do you see Good Vibrations through that lens? It was theatrics, wasn't it? A blend of sound that created its own narrative. Much like how Ziggy Stardust isn't just about the lyrics, but the entire cosmic drama. Good Vibrations showed that music could be an elaborate play, not just a 3-minute ditty. Right, a play that unfolds in the mind. Freddie, you took harmony to a whole new level with Queen. What's your take on the harmonics of Good Vibrations?
Darling, harmony is the core of human existence, and Good Vibrations was a masterclass in it. Every vocal layer, every shift in tone was meticulous, like painting with the finest brush. It's an inspiration, showing that precision in harmony can evoke such palpable sensations.
Palpable sensations, I like that. All right, let's cut to the chase. Did it inspire Bohemian Rhapsody?
Every great piece of music is built on the shoulders of giants, John. Bohemian Rhapsody was no different. Good Vibrations challenged us to dream bigger, to create a sound that was at once an ode and a forward thrust into the unknown.
Pushing into the unknown. Love it. You all, in your own ways, took that challenge head on. Well, Good Vibrations indeed broke the mold and inspired artists for generations, a sonic exploration that remains unmatched. Let's move on. Let's dive straight into the guts of Good Vibrations. We're talking a revolution in sound, an auditory trip unlike anything else at the time. David, you've been a bit of a mad scientist in the studio yourself. What's your take on the concoction the Beach Boys stirred up? Good Vibrations isn't just a song, it's an alchemical marvel. Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys didn't just record music, they painted with sound. Using modular recording techniques, unconventional instruments, it was like discovering a new continent in music. It's akin to what I attempted with Ziggy Stardust, pushing boundaries, challenging norms.
But let's not forget the mastery of harmony and vocal arrangement. It's one thing to have a sonic palette that's out of this world, but another to weave it with vocals that grasp your soul. Bohemian Rhapsody was my nod to that. Harmony can be the heart of the storm in music.
Absolutely, Freddie, and that's the point, isn't it? The fusion of groundbreaking sound with human voice, it's transcendental.
You fellas talk about the mechanics, but miss the spirit. It's the heart in those good vibrations that punches through. It's not just the technical bits, it's the feeling, the energy. It's like when I belt out Piece of My Heart. It's raw, it's real.
Janis, darling, that's the magic. The Beach Boys captured lightning in a bottle with that feeling. We're talking about a time of musical experimentation, not just with what sounds you could create, but how you made people feel. That's where my guitar solos want to take you, on a journey not just of notes, but of emotion. I must interject, the true artistry in Good Vibrations goes beyond emotion. It's the discipline in its chaos, the order in its exploration. My own work, it's operatic, it's disciplined, but every note, every harmony aims to evoke an emotion. Good Vibrations does that with a mastery that's rare.
And let's not glance over the use of the studio as an instrument itself. It's pioneering. We all owe a debt to that kind of innovation. It opened doors for artists to see the studio as a canvas, not just a recording space. Right, the notion that the studio is just as pivotal as the guitar or piano changes everything. It invites a freedom, a certain liberation in creating.
Hold on, though. We're all waxing poetic here, but doesn't anyone else feel that pressure? The expectation to revolutionize with every note? Good Vibrations is a beast, but it sets a bar. It makes you wonder, can simplicity still have its place? My guitar, my voice, it's often just raw energy stripped down. Sometimes that's all you need.
Kurt, that's precisely the beauty of evolution. Good Vibrations doesn't demand we all follow suit. It encourages us to find our own uncharted territories, with or without complexity.
True, David. Whether it's with intricate harmonies or the raw purity of stripped-back rock, what matters is the authenticity of the creation. Good Vibrations commands us to respect innovation, but it also celebrates the genuine spirit of musical expression in all its forms.
Looks like we're circling around the truth of it. Innovation, emotion, discipline, simplicity, they're all facets of what makes Good Vibrations, and indeed, any piece of music, resonate. It's about pushing boundaries, whatever your instrument, whatever your method. All right, let's dive into the heart of Good Vibrations, the lyrics. This song's like a series of psychedelic images strung together. Thoughts?
Man, it's not just about the words, it's how they make you feel, like the way the sunlight plays upon her hair. It's raw, it's sensory. It paints this vivid picture that digs deep into your soul.
Yeah, but what blows my mind is the simplicity that carries a complex emotion. I'm picking up Good Vibrations. It's straightforward but deep. There's an honesty in it that's it's pure art.
The sensory language, it's quite avant-garde for its time. Brian Wilson and Mike Love, they weren't just writing lyrics, they were crafting an experience. It's akin to what we tried with Major Tom, creating a narrative that's beyond just the auditory.
It's all about the delivery, darlings. The Beach Boys didn't just sing, they invoked an emotional response. Those good vibrations, it's enchanting. It's a masterclass in harmony and arrangement. The imagery, man, it transports you. They were pioneers in using the studio as an instrument. It's like what I tried to do with my guitar, making it sing, making it speak.
But it's not just about psychedelia, is it? There's something universally resonant in Good Vibrations, a kind of optimism.
True, but there's also a rawness, an unfiltered emotion. It's like belting out Piece of My Heart. You lay it all out, no holding back.
It's that duality that's fascinating. There's a surface level where it's all sunshine and rainbows, but then there's this undercurrent of something more profound.
Indeed. The brilliance lies in its ability to function on multiple levels. Beneath the good vibrations lies a deep-seated yearning for connection, a theme as relevant today as it was then.
And yet it retains this quality of joy, of hope. It's infectious, really. The world could be crumbling, but you hear those harmonies, and you can't help but feel that everything will be all right. It's like trying to catch lightning in a bottle, though. You can't just replicate that kind of magic. It was a confluence of the right minds in the right cultural moment.
Right, it's the timing, the context. The 60s were tumultuous, but Good Vibrations was a beacon. It's more than a song, it's a feeling, an era encapsulated.
Damn straight. It's not just about picking apart the lyrics, it's what the song embodies, the spirit of an entire generation.
Exactly. And it's why songs like these endure. They tap into something universal, something timeless.
A testament to music's power to capture the ineffable, to express what mere words cannot.
Precisely, my dear. It's why we do what we do, why we pour our hearts and souls into every note.
Couldn't have said it better. Good Vibrations isn't just a song, it's an anthem of hope, a symphony of sounds and words that continues to resonate through the ages. All right, let's cut to the chase. Good Vibrations, especially that eerie yet captivating theremin. David, you've toyed with some unusual sounds. What's your take? The theremin, it's like an alien amongst orchestral arrangements. Its use in Good Vibrations wasn't just innovative, it was a declaration. Music isn't confined to strings and percussion, it's boundless. My work, like on Space Oddity, sought that same frontier. Pushing the envelope is what it's all about.
Man, that theremin spoke to me, like the guitar talks through my fingers. It's more than just playing music, it's about exploring new realms. You dig? When I first heard it in Good Vibrations, it blew my mind. It showed me there's always room to experiment, to find that new sound, even if it means getting a bit out there. Fascinating how one instrument can evoke such curiosity, isn't it? On Bohemian Rhapsody, we were all about stretching the fabric of what music could be. But the Beach Boys, with that theremin, they tapped into something ethereal, almost otherworldly. It wasn't just sound. It was about transporting you somewhere else entirely.
It's that daring to be different that sets true artists apart. That theremin wasn't just an oddity, it was a stroke of genius.
Right? And it's not just about the instrument, but how you weave it into the tapestry of the song. It's got to have soul, got to have fire.
Speaking of fire, Kurt, you had a way of igniting simple chords with raw emotion. How do you see this kind of innovation from your perspective?
Innovation isn't just about adding more layers or choosing a new gadget. It's about feeling, about bleeding into your work. The theremin in Good Vibrations, it's cool, sure. But innovation loses its edge if it doesn't resonate on a human level. Sometimes raw, unpolished sound captures the spirit better than any fancy tech can.
But darling, think of the emotion that theremin conveys. The longing, the vibrato, it's almost vocal. The technology amplifies the human experience, doesn't replace it.
Precisely. It's a tool, another brush for the canvas. It's not replacing the hand that guides it.
It's like painting with new colors nobody's seen before. That's the kind of thing that keeps music moving forward, keeps it alive.
Well, it seems we're threading a fine line between innovation and soul. Let's not forget, the heart of music isn't in the instruments we use, but in the emotions we evoke. The theremin, then, is just one more avenue to explore the vast landscape of human emotion. Let's keep that exploration going, shall we? Let's kick this off with Good Vibrations and its emotional tug. How does it mirror the 60s optimism? Freddie, share your thoughts, will ya?
Oh, darling, it's all about the excitement, isn't it? Good Vibrations isn't just a song, it's a mood, an atmosphere. It captures that quintessential 60s spirit of looking forward, the belief in a brighter tomorrow. In a way, it's akin to what we tried to do with Queen, mixing that optimism with a bit of operatic grandeur. But tell me, who can deny the sheer joy in She's Giving Me the Excitations? It's enchanting.
Right? The vibrancy is unmistakable. But looking at the contrast here, Jimmy, the 60s weren't all sunshine and daisies. How do you see this song fitting in with the turmoil of the era?
Man, that's the thing. It's like Good Vibrations floats above all that chaos, you know? It's the dream above the storm. We were all about breaking barriers, pushing through the establishment script. This song, with its light and sound, it's a breather, a moment of peace amidst the struggle. Life ain't always easy, but you can always find something good, some good vibrations, if you listen hard enough.
Yeah, and don't forget the impact on the heart, baby. This song, it hits you right there. Makes you feel like you're not alone, that there's hope and beauty in the world, even when everything's falling apart. It's that emotional rawness mixed with sweetness, a powerful combination.
Indeed, the juxtaposition is fascinating. It's this glossy sheen over a period of profound social unrest. Good Vibrations serves as a temporary salve, yet its optimistic pulse is in stark contrast to the zeitgeist of the time. That dissonance is pure artistry. It's similar to the dualities I've played with in my music. There's always more beneath the surface.
Precisely, it's the allure of paradox. The song, with its lush harmonies and complex production, projects a utopia during a time of dissent. Optimism as escapism, yet not ignorant of its surroundings, rather a defiant beacon of hope.
Honestly, the thing about Good Vibrations and the whole Optimism gig, it feels a bit naive from where I'm standing. I get the appeal, and sure, it's technically brilliant. But the world's complicated, man. Music's got to reflect the angst, the dirt under the nails. That's what connects. That's what feels real.
So we're seeing it as an escape, a beautiful lie we were all eager to buy into because the reality was just too grim.
Nah, not a lie, John. More like a different kind of truth. Music's got the power to lift us, to show us what we can't see through the haze of our struggles. Good Vibrations is a testament to that power.
I say, don't underestimate the need for light, for a song that makes you smile, that sparks a bit of joy. There's nothing naive about cherishing a flicker of hope, honey.
The artistic process is, after all, about channeling these myriad emotions and presenting them in a form that resonates. Whether it's joy, anger, sorrow, it's all valid, it's all necessary.
Indeed, darling. At the end of the day, it's about what vibrations we choose to pick up on and amplify in our own lives and art. Isn't that the ultimate message? To keep seeking out those good vibrations, irrespective of the noise around us.
Well, seems we're riding on different waves here, but maybe that's the beauty of Good Vibrations. It's a chameleon of a song, reflecting what you bring to it. Thanks for the passionate input, everyone. Let's keep those good vibrations rolling into the next segment. All right, diving into how Good Vibrations echoed in the halls of pop culture, it didn't just hit the charts, it stormed the streets, man, altering fashion, lifestyle. David, your take? Good Vibrations is a cultural lexicon, truly. Its psychedelic echoes were not confined to auditory experiences. They permeated into the visual, influencing patterns, colors. It's the zeitgeist of the 60s, manifest in attire and attitudes. Like Ziggy Stardust, it dared to defy the conventional, embracing androgyny and flamboyance.
Honestly, it's more than clothes and outward appearances. The song and its era, it was a revolution, baby. We're talking about a time when music was a language of rebellion. Good Vibrations was anthemic to the freedom, the wildness. It wasn't just about wearing flowers. It was about wearing your truth, living it loud.
Certainly, darling. The essence of the song, its vibrations, influenced not just the way people dressed, but how they carried themselves. It's operatic, dramatic, much like Queen. It straddled the realms of the sonic and the visual, crafting an experience that was all-encompassing. The thing is, vibrations, they're not just music, man. They're energy. Good Vibrations captured that energy of the 60s, spreading it through every note. We tried to do the same, let our guitars send out vibrations that sparked something in the listener, transcended beyond just sound.
But isn't there a risk that the essence, the message, gets lost amidst all this cultural paraphernalia? There certainly is. But that's the artistry and the challenge, isn't it? To embed layers of meaning and still resonate on a surface level, visually, sonically, spiritually.
And let's not forget the hippie movement wasn't just a fad. It was a fierce expression of peace, love. Good Vibrations was more than a song. It was a harbinger of change, man.
Indeed, and such expressions, whether through music, fashion, or lifestyle, They're immortal. They keep resurfacing, resonating with new generations. Darling.
But don't you think all that glitters and shimmers can sometimes overshadow the raw, gritty reality the song emerged from? It's like everyone's keen on the good vibes, but turning a blind eye to the struggles that birthed them.
That's the double-edged sword, isn't it? Music, especially ones like Good Vibrations, carries the weight of its era. It's up to us, to the listeners, to remember its roots, the soil it sprang from.
So, in essence, it's a multifaceted mirror, reflecting not just the euphoria of its time, but the undercurrents of rebellion, desire for change. Far out, really, how one song can encapsulate so much. Precisely, John. It's a testament to the power of music, its ability to transcend boundaries, whether they're societal, cultural, or even temporal.
Yeah, and it's up to us, the artists, the listeners, to keep the spirit, the message alive, to keep picking up those good vibrations and spreading them far and wide.
Well, it seems Good Vibrations does more than just excite. It inspires, influences, and indeed transforms. Let's keep those vibrations flowing. Let's dive into the heart of it. Good Vibrations isn't just a hit, it's a balancing act. How does one thread that needle, creating something complex and yet universally loved?
It's like writing Smells Like Teen Spirit. You don't think it's going to be an anthem. You're just pouring out the noise in your head, but it connects. Good Vibrations did that before us, mixing depth with something you can hum along to. It's genius, but accidental, maybe.
Darling, there's nothing accidental about creating a masterpiece. It's discipline. Look at Bohemian Rhapsody. Every change in tempo, every harmony was meticulously planned. Good Vibrations might sound spontaneous, but you can bet every excitation was crafted with precision.
The key is evolution. You can't stagnate. Good Vibrations pushed boundaries. It's not just pop, it's an experiment that paid off. We all have that desire to experiment. Ziggy Stardust was a leap into the unknown, much like Good Vibrations ventured into uncharted territories.
You're missing the point, man. It's about feeling. That song, it's got soul. It's raw. You can dissect its technicalities all day, but what makes people love it, what makes it pop, is that it hits you right here in the heart. It's the same with any song that matters.
You're all circling around it. It's both the lightning in the bottle. You can have all the innovation in the world, like the theremin in Good Vibrations, but if it doesn't resonate on a human level, if it doesn't vibrate with our inner strings, it's just noise. It's the synergy.
Synergy, that's an interesting point. It's unifying our experiences with the music, making it complex yet relatable.
Absolutely. It's ensuring the opera in Bohemian Rhapsody never overshadows the rock, ensuring each piece complements the other to enhance the overall experience. Good Vibrations does precisely that with its layers.
But let's not romanticize too much. It's also about timing and luck. Some songs hit the zeitgeist right in the gut. Others, just as worthy, fade. Good Vibrations was at the right place, right time.
Luck or not, you cannot ignore the craftsmanship. Bowie didn't change personas by accident. It was a relentless pursuit of evolution, echoing the way Good Vibrations broke from the Beach Boys' earlier work. It's a testament to the power of innovation.
Yeah, innovate, but don't forget to feel. Without passion, without that gut punch, music's just math. Good Vibrations felt new but familiar, like a warm yet unexpected summer breeze. That's its magic.
It's that fusion, man, taking your influences, your blues, your rock, your soul, and mixing them into something that's both a revolution and a homecoming. That's what we strive for. That's what Good Vibrations achieved.
All right, diving straight into the depths, Good Vibrations wasn't just a song, it was a seismic shift in musical approach. How do you lot reckon it's turned the tide for musicians and bands, then and now?
Man, it's like breaking free from the chains, you know? Good Vibrations was this cosmic handshake between experimentation and pop. Guitar-wise, it blew open the doors. We were all listening, thinking, if they can do that, what's stopping us? It was permission to go wild, to mix things up.
Exactly. It wasn't just about chords and melodies. It was about creating an atmosphere, a feeling. That's what got to me. It demonstrated that music could be more than notes. It could be an experience. A lot of alternative and indie bands picked up on that. It's why we started smashing the norms, pushing boundaries.
Darling, the harmonies, the layers, it was an opera in a pop song. We took that idea to heart. Bohemian Rhapsody owes a nod to Good Vibrations. It's that blending of the classical with rock, the quirky with the mainstream. They showed us the grand can sit with the groovy, and it'll be splendid.
It's the audacity for me, the production, the use of the theremin. It was innovative, unprecedented. It made me realize, as artists, we're not just musicians, we're painters. Our studio is our canvas, and Good Vibrations was a masterpiece that said, here, take the palette, paint with all the colors.
And it wasn't just about the sound, but the soul, the vibe. It tapped into this universal groove that said, it's cool to be kind, to be open. It's why I sing, man, to reach out, touch someone's heart. It's that spirit of the 60s, that love, that got into everything after.
So it's fair to say, Good Vibrations was more than just a wave. It was a tsunami, crashing into the future, reshaping everything in its wake.
Couldn't have put it better. It's that ripple effect. Music was one way, then Good Vibrations hits, and suddenly it's all changed.
Changed and charged. It made music a force, something to reckon with. It wasn't just sound, it was power.
And elegance, darling. Don't forget the elegance it brought to the chaos of creativity. A fine balance, showing us all how it's done.
A symphony of the new age. It taught us to listen not just to the notes, but the space between them, the silence, the vibration.
Yeah, it's like it reached inside you, made you feel things you didn't know were there. That's the real magic, ain't it? Making people feel.
Seems Good Vibrations wasn't just a song, but a revolution wrapped in harmonies and vibrations. Cheers for diving deep into its waves today. All right, diving straight in. Good Vibrations. A gem, or just another Beach Boys hit? Let's not dumb it down to a binary choice, John. Good Vibrations is a sonic expedition. It's like my own space oddity, going where no track has gone before. But it's also a piece of a larger psychedelic mosaic, don't you think?
Darling, it's the crown jewel in their discography. But to pigeonhole it as merely a standalone masterpiece disregards the evolutionary arc of the Beach Boys. It's both. A pinnacle achievement that encapsulates their sound while pushing them, and the genre, forward.
Exactly, Freddie. It's a trip, man, a real journey through sound. The Beach Boys, they weren't just about surfing USA, they dug deep. Good Vibrations is like taking a sip of Southern comfort. It just warms you up, touches something inside. It's definitely part of a larger narrative, but stands so mighty on its own.
It stands out because it's honest, raw. Like when I wrote Smells Like Teen Spirit, I wasn't trying to fit into a narrative. Good Vibrations might fit into their story, but it breaks free, man. It captures a moment, but transcends it. You feel it in your guts.
You're onto something, Kurt. It's both a beacon and a bridge. Crosses over the realms of pop and psychedelia, tying the threads but also setting the loom on fire. Influenced me for sure. The sounds, the vibes, it's a journey through the cosmos, tethered to the earth by its roots in what came before.
A beacon and a bridge. I like that. It's chameleon-like, really. The Beach Boys, they sculpted a soundscape that was ahead of its time, laying down tracks for the rest of us to follow, or diverge from, in my case.
And the use of the theremin, pure genius, gave it an ethereal quality that's just mesmerizing. Much like when we experimented with bizarre sounds. Pushing boundaries, that's what it's about.
So, we're agreeing it's both an island and a continent in the vast ocean of music. A standout that doesn't stand alone, but elevates everything around it.
Couldn't have said it better, John. It's its own thing, but without it, the landscape would be flat, man. It adds dimensions, colors, flavors. It's a feast, and it feeds the soul.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's when you stop trying to define it, categorize it, that's when it really hits you. It just is. Powerful. Potent.
Like a good riff, it grabs you, doesn't let go. You don't just hear it, you experience it. Changes the air around you.
Precisely. And that's the hallmark of true artistry, isn't it? To create something that both defines and defies its time.
A timeless classic, yet utterly of its moment. Good Vibrations is a musical paradox, and I love it, absolutely love it.
Well, I think that settles it. A piece of music, a piece of history, and still a piece of the future. Thanks for the vibrant debate, folks. All right, let's dive into Good Vibrations and its legacy. We're talking about a piece that's not just a song, it's an era encapsulated. Thoughts?
Look, Good Vibrations is a masterpiece, pure and simple. It transcends the boundaries of what was thought possible in music production. It's operatic, darling, much like what I tried to achieve with Queen. Layers upon layers of sound, it's like peeling an onion that makes you cry tears of joy.
Of course, Freddie, it's a masterpiece. But let's not forget the genius of its production. Good Vibrations wasn't just about the sound, it was about breaking the mold. It did to music what Kubrick did to film. It expanded the palette from which we all paint, musically speaking. It was avant-garde, a bit like Space Oddity was in its exploration of the unknown.
Yeah, man, the way they used the theremin, out of this world. It's like they reached into the future and brought back this sound that nobody knew they needed until they heard it. It's like when I first introduced feedback and distortion in ways nobody else was doing. It was about pushing the envelope.
Honey, it wasn't just the sounds. That song could grab you by the soul. It was the emotion, the raw energy. Good Vibrations captured the wild optimism of the 60s. It's like my own music, you know? You put all of yourself into it, hoping to touch someone's heart, letting them know they're not alone in this crazy world.
But let's not gloss over the fact that it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Good Vibrations was complex, yeah, but it also had this underlying melancholy that spoke to people. That's what music's about, right? It's supposed to feel like it's speaking directly to you, acknowledging the darkness as well as the light. Like in Smells Like Teen Spirit, it's about capturing that universal feeling of discontent and yearning for something more.
That's the beauty of Good Vibrations. It's a testament to the power of music to capture the complexities of the human experience. It wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural moment that continued to inspire artists across generations. Exactly, John. Its legacy is undying because it did more than just resonate with a generation. It created a language of its own, a language that musicians and bands for decades have been trying to learn and speak in their own tunes.
And let's not forget its rightful place among the pantheon of great songs, not just for its technical achievements, but for its ability to make us feel something profound. That's the power of music, and Good Vibrations is one of its finest examples.
Damn straight, Freddie. It's about making people feel, about bringing them together, and Good Vibrations does that every time it plays. It's a reminder of what we're all chasing in this business, that perfect note, that perfect line that echoes through the ages.
It's all about vibrations, my friends. The universe is vibrations, and Good Vibrations tapped into that. It's not just in the song, it's everywhere, in everything we do, every note we play. That song, man, it's eternal.
And it challenges us, doesn't it? To dare to innovate, to explore the depths of our creativity. Good Vibrations isn't just a song, it's a call to arms for every artist to seek out their own good vibrations.
Well said, everyone. It seems we all agree that the legacy of Good Vibrations isn't just in the history books. It lives on in the music we make and the way it continues to inspire. From its experimental roots to its emotional resonance, it's a beacon of what music can be. Thanks for the passionate insights. It's clear the song has touched us all deeply. All right, we're rounding this off. Thoughts on Good Vibrations?
Man, it's more than a song. It's like a cosmic journey into what music can be when you let the soul lead the way. You can literally feel the shift, like when I bend a string and it cries. You know it's real.
Damn straight, Jimmy. This song, it tears through the bowl. You know, it's raw, emotional, but beautiful. It doesn't ask for permission to hit you straight in the heart. It's music that doesn't just sit there, it moves, it lives.
You know, it's fascinating. It's a masterpiece of studio wizardry. But at its core, it's the raw emotion that captures you. It proves music is both an art and a science. It's like painting with sounds. A brushstroke here, adding a theremin, a vocal harmony there. Absolute innovation.
Absolutely, darling. It's the epitome of what happens when you dare to dream in music. Those harmonies, the arrangement, it's a symphony in a pop song. It's like when we did Bohemian Rhapsody. We weren't just making music, we were architecting emotions, shaping experiences. Good Vibrations did that first.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like it breaks all the rules, but still ends up on top. It gives the rest of us permission to mess with the formula, to really experiment. It's not just a song from the past, it's a signal fire for future generations.
You all make brilliant points. It's clear Good Vibrations isn't just a pop song. It's a beacon of what music can be when you throw the rulebook out the window. Its impact, it's like ripples in a pond, influencing not just how we see music, but how we feel it in our bones. Forget the charts. This song charts the soul.
And it shows, doesn't it? Music ain't just about the notes and rhythms, it's about life, capturing those fleeting moments of joy, love, sorrow, and yes, good vibrations. It's a mirror to our souls, man.
Exactly. It transcends time. It didn't just define a generation. It's defining every generation that listens to it afresh. That's the power of true art. It never dies, it just keeps inspiring.
It's timeless. It's innovation in production. It's emotional depth. It's a masterclass for any artist. It's proof that boundaries in music are meant to be not just crossed, but obliterated.
And let's not forget, darling, the bravery it took to release something so avant-garde at the time. It's a testament to following your artistic vision, no matter how outlandish it may seem. It's a victory lap in musical form.
Right? It tells us that it's okay to be weird, to explore the unknown in music. Good Vibrations isn't just a song, it's a permission slip to every musician out there to go and experiment, to find their own good vibrations.
Well said, everyone. Good Vibrations resonates because it's real, it's innovative, and above all else, it's human. It stands tall as a monument to what's possible in music and in us. Thank you all for such an enlightening discussion. Rock and roll isn't dead, it's just picking up good vibrations.